here, welcome back. So today we're doing an unboxing. We bought a WEN generator to use with our truck camper, and oh, we got some activity in the background. Our daughter has the WEN that she runs for her camper, which is across the way from ours, and we wanted something for our truck camper. We had a smaller one. We want to go up to a bigger one because the smaller one just couldn't run our AC. So we're going to do a quick unboxing and show you what we bought as soon as I have a sip of my coffee. So this is the suitcase model. One of the things with the suitcase model is the fact that the gas tanks are a little bit smaller. We could get a standard portable WEN of the same size with a larger gas tank, and it would run for 12, 16 hours depending what power you're pulling off of it. But with that comes weight. So we have the Predator, which is the same wattage as this one. We have it up in a security box up there that we use, but the thing is over 100 pounds, and that's just too much when you're using it for your truck camper. This thing is much less. I think it's 42, and this is the way it's packaged, and this is the way it comes in. There's a whole break-in procedure that goes with this. As you can see, it has funnel, it has tools, and it comes with your first tank of oil. I believe it's 42 pounds, wasn't it, Lise? It was
around that.
Yeah. So I mean, a decrepit old man like me could still pick this up one-handed, just like that.
It's a little bit bigger than what I thought it was going to be.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's bigger than the 2000. Well, I guess it would be, right?
I guess that's kind of, yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
So this is it. And as you can see in the quick unboxing we did, it came well packaged.
So the 2000 we bought from Amazon, and it was not returnable. So we ended up having to resell that to somebody who could actually use a 2000. This one we ended up getting from Home Depot because it is returnable. And
it took a little longer to get coming from Home Depot.
Oh, it absolutely did. But you know what? If it doesn't work for us or we have issues with it, we can actually return it. Right. So that was a nice option.
One of the handy things it has with it is it has this total pre-start checklist of what you need to do, because they don't come with oil in them or anything like that. So you need to add a little gas, you need to put oil in it, and then there's a break-in process.
a breakup. I'm breaking up with you.
Breaking up with you. The heck with you.
Well, let's hope we're not breaking up with this one.
Going to Honda and I'm breaking the bank. So you start it up and you run it without a load. You get it good and hot. You run it like 10 or 15 minutes and then you shut it off. Some of the purists out there say then you start it again, you run it under like a 20 to 50% load for another 15 minutes, and then you shut it off, and then you start it up. Once it's cooled off, then you start it up again, and you run a full load, and you just let it go for the gusto for like half an hour. Switch out the oil, and then you're good to go. One key thing that everyone says when I was doing the reviews of what you do is you don't use synthetic during the break-in process. I guess they need the biological oil. It helps seal the rings to the cylinder walls. I'm not a mechanic, so if that's what they say you do, then by golly, that's what I'm going to do. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to put in the oil, add a little gas, and we'll see if we can fire this bad boy up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're about getting ready to put oil in this thing. We turned it around. It has these two little twists. I don't know if you want to zoom in, Boo. It's kind of idiot proof, which is good because I have proof that I'm an idiot. You turn these two tabs, and this is how you access the oil.
This is how you access
the oil and the air filter.
Okay, there we go.
So this is where your air filter lives. And this is your oil, and it says to put in 16.9 ounces of oil. And ironically, the bottle that comes with it is exactly 16.9 ounces. So I'm going to pull out this little dippity-doo stick here. Technical term, dippity-doo. Get your little funnel.
Is that the funnel that came with it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Isn't it a funnel little color?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Now there is a little bit of lubrication in here because they need it to seat the bearings and whatnot. But certainly not enough to run the machine. So don't ever pull the pull cord until you've added the oil.
Do you want me to hold the funnel? Or do you think it'll stay?
No, I want to have all the funnel.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to jump in front of the camera here. And we'll just pour this into this bad boy. Look, 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 look. So, you give us just a minute, we'll come back and we'll have put gas and oil into the machine and we'll get ready to give it a start. Alright, so got a little dinosaur juice in there. Close this back up. Like that. Let's turn her around.
Whoops.
There goes my glass.
Your glasses. I'm trying to get around you.
Alright, so according to the instructions,
Ground the generator.
we've filled the oil, we've put gas in it. I'm not going to ground it because I don't have it. Turn the 4-in-1 switch to choke, fuel off, run, choke. Pull the recoil starter to start the engine, turn the 4-in-1 switch to run, and then we can plug stuff in. So let's see what happens. Boy, that's quiet, huh?
Yeah. Why is there so much smoke?
Well, it's just starting for the first time. So we're gonna let that run for like 10 or 15 minutes. Let it do its first heat cycle. You can smell the grease and stuff burning off. You know, brand new machine, that's what they do. I've had to raise my voice a little bit to talk with you. I'm not sure how well that's coming over the microphone, but it's not obscenely loud. I mean, like, I'm touching it, that's how close I am. And I can clearly hear myself. If Lisa spoke, I'd clearly be able to hear her too. So I think this is going to be a good choice. So we're going to let it run for about 15 minutes. We're going to shut it off, let it sit for about half an hour. And then we got a computer out here. I got a fan and a beat. And we're going to plug all them in so that we have a partial load. We'll see how we do with that. So I'll check back with you in just a click, and we'll see you on the other side of the first heat cycle. Well, finally, the day has warmed up a little bit. Felt like we were going to get frostbite here at the end of June. Anyway, so we did the first run without any sort of load. Let it run for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Had a bite to eat, went for an ATV ride to let it cool down. So now we're going to fire it back up. I got a power cord running up to my power strip. On the power strip, I have the canopy lights, the bug zapper, Lisa's computer. Should we open it and turn your computer on?
Yeah, you know what?
And a fan set on high, so that should give a decent load. So we're gonna turn it again to run. See if it'll start on run without. Well, let's just go to choke. I'm gonna give it a second to get up to voltage. 35, 124. Okay. I'm gonna hit the switch. See if we hear any change in RPMs here.
With those little bit of lights, we shouldn't.
Well, the fan's on high. Yeah, so it didn't even notice that, to be honest.
No. I'm wondering if we should try, I mean, I guess there really is nothing else, is
I
there?
was trying to think what else electronic do we have.
Either that or we just turn on, or, you know, unplug the RV.
Well, that's what I was going to do for full load, was do the RV.
Yeah. Okay, my laptop is on.
You know, and that's the nice thing about this inverter is it creates clean power, so you can run your computers and your sensitive electronics with a level of confidence. So that's a nice thing. We did a little bit of research while we were eating our lunch, and it says that the volume while running is 65 decibels, which is 5 decibels over a normal conversation. Conversation is between
60 to 70.
60 to 70, so it's right there.
Unless you're loud like me.
Yeah, then it's,
And that's
you know,
80 to 90.
more like 950 to 1,000. So we're gonna let that run for 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll let it cool down one more time, and then I don't know, I think we'll plug in the RV, we'll turn on every light, see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. So we're modifying our break-in a little bit. We did what no man should ever do. We read the instructions.
Well, actually, I read the instructions to you, so that means that you technically did not read the instructions.
So anyways, so we added a little bit more juice. We plugged in our toaster oven. So we're running at about 25% capacity right now. And according to what we read, apparently what we should do is don't bring it above, what was it, 50% capacity?
Yes,
for the first 8 hours. And to vary the...
We should have pulled pinkies, because that was good luck, because we said the same thing. In sync. I'm just saying.
So we also read that we're supposed to vary the voltage and turn on the EcoBoost. So that's what we did. We turned on the EcoBoost, and it dropped down a little bit. And then I went over and I turned off the toaster oven for a little bit, and I've since turned it back on. But one thing we found that we hadn't read about was I saw this little flashing light. We were like, what the heck is that? And
which is why we opened up the book and actually read it.
Can you come and pick up your daughter now? I know you're in the nursing home, but you got to come and pick Lisa up now. Okay, thank you. So it turns out that that's a low fuel. For those of you who couldn't see, she just gave me the finger. It turns out that that's a low fuel warning. I didn't put a lot of fuel in it at the beginning because I knew we were running under no load, and I figured that, you know, a little bit of fuel would go a long way. I guess it didn't go as far as I thought, or I didn't put in as much as I thought. So we pretty much filled it up, and she's doing a victory dance behind the camera. It's shameful. And now we have all green lights. So it also says that I don't know, I stopped listening to you. What else did it say?
It says when you turn it off, to turn it to shut off fuel, right? To take off all the load, let it run for a little bit without a load. Then you turn it to, I don't know, what is it, no fuel or something?
You turn off the fuel, which is on the dial.
And it'll continue running for a few minutes because it'll use everything in the carburetor, and then you can turn it off, and that will prolong the engine life, according to the book.
Which makes total sense. You know, if you're not using it often, you never want to leave fuel in your carburetor, or at least fuel that hasn't been stabilized anyways.
Is that why all of our generators hit the bed after a while?
Well, also, you know, I mean, we don't run them regularly. I mean, our Predator we run, but we have 2 other generators at home that run the house, and you know, I'm guilty of it. You know, I don't take them out monthly, and I don't run them, and that's why when the power goes out next time, I'm going to probably sit in the dark and listen to I Told You So's from Mrs. Mudhawk over over there?
No, me pissing and moaning, going like, we have no lights. We have a generator. We have no lights. Where are my lights? Blah, 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 blah.
For better or worse, they say, right? Anyways, so that's our generator. We're going to let it run. I hope you liked the video. I doubt you learned anything from it, but I hope you laughed at our idiocy.
Aren't we gonna
Sounds
like a
like a
bunch of
seal.
seals? Oh, we should have both pinkies.
Oh, you and your... I'm going to cut off your pinky.
Well, then you're gonna have bad luck because we won't be able to pull pinky. So, aren't we gonna hook up the RV next? So,
well, I'm a little bit concerned about that because it said don't go over 50% load.
And you think it'll go
For the
over
first
50%?
Well, I mean, we could plug it in and we could start turning on stuff till we get close to 50 if you want to do that. But basically, you know, we've told our fine friends, darn near 500 of you now, that what you need to do is you run it for 8 hours at no more than 50% capacity. So I don't think they need to hear what it sounds like at 50% capacity compared to
25% capacity.
Yeah. So with that said, I think we'll sign off. Oh, it looks like the group ride's just coming back in. So this is Mr. Mudhawk. That's
Mrs. Mudhawk.
Mrs. Mudhawk.
And
Razor Ruff checking out. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet liked and subscribed, please do so, and don't call the psychiatric authorities on us. We have been deemed safe from society. Good night.